Hello, Winnipeg. Oh, that's too loud. Here, let me just turn it down a little bit. Winnipeg, how you guys doing? Yes, it is me, James. I'm here. It's my last show of the year. I can't do this anymore because you guys piss me off so much. Just kidding. No, you don't. But I'm going to tell you a story. This is a true story. When I first started doing this, with Chris there, we had 120 views. Now I'm down to like 6 of them. So something's not right. So I gotta fix that. I gotta look at the situation and try and fix things. But other than that, it's been a good year for this. If anything, I just see it as a way to practice talking. So one day when I become like rich and famous, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. Anyways, it is episode 55. I don't care anymore. It is the last show before the new year, and I thought, well, no, why not just have a little get together with you before I say bye-bye. Yeah, I just got back from Cuba a little while ago. I took the old lady with me. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. I can't put it into words. We stayed in Veradero. Nice little hotel. The reviews at the time were not very good, so it was very scary. Very, very, very scary. So we walked in, and it was minus the bathroom. It was a pretty good time. That is the Hotel Bella Costa, but while we were down there, they said it's the Bella Costa. So Bella Costa in Veradero, 3.5, 4 stars. Basically depends on which website you're on. Other than that, amazing time. Would I go there again? I know people have asked me, would I go there again? In a heartbeat, I'd go back again. So that was that. Again, Cuba, beautiful place, beautiful people. It really has everything that Mexico, I don't know. People often compare my time to Mexico, and they're not the same place. Like in Cuba, nobody's got their hand out for money and stuff and asking you if you want drugs and other. They're just like good people, you know. So that was that. I got back last week. And that's I guess that's my show. It's basically a Cuba review. Anyways, no, I wanted to talk to you guys about basically just go over the year in review. I can't say that word. The year in review. So a lot happened. 2016. A lot of people died. We're going to talk about that later. We're gonna basically just talk about the biggest news stories of the year. Yeah, Winnipeg. Not too much happened in Winnipeg this year. I don't know. A lot of fires, a lot of arsons. People, a lot of bike riders complaining that the drivers are still not staying on their side of the road there. And I'm not going to get into the debate about bike riders. You know who you are. Would I do things a lot differently? Yes, I would. I would have them not on the street, right? Not on the street. Sidewalk. I don't give a shit. Sidewalk. I don't care. And then you know what? I won't even ride my bike because I don't want to drive on the street. God, I can't talk today. I don't want to drive on the street. I want to drive on this goddamn sidewalk. So until that happens, I am not riding my bike. That too, and I'm lazy, so just bring my car everywhere. Anyways, so there was a couple stories that hit Winnipeg. A lot of arsons. I think it was over summertime. There's a lot of arsons. And then Mayor Bowman, who I'm not like the biggest fan of. He looks like a guy that comes across as a guy that he might be genuine, but I think he's just a tax guy. And Winnipeggers don't put up with that crap. So he's trying to implement this policy that if you buy a brand new house in a new neighborhood, you got to pay tax on that. And it got people really mad. It got the construction industry upset. It got a lot of people upset, and I don't think a lot of people are going to be buying brand new houses, to be honest with you. So they got to kind of find a way to to just not even bring. Just you don't need to do that. Find a different way. The people that's got like more expensive homes, they pay more in taxes anyway. So I don't understand how they feel like City Hall feels that they should charge people more money just because they want to buy a new house. That's just stupid, in my opinion anyways. Stupid. If I was mayor, I wouldn't do that. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Actually, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going for mayor. No, I'm not. I think you need a lot of money, and I don't have a lot of money. But I am one with the regular city people. Like, I'm not rich guy, so I'm not like some elitist dude that's all like, oh yeah, fucking, I spent 50 grand at IKEA today. Oh, you spent 200? Oh, I can't talk to you. I'm not that guy. I'm that guy that went to Giant Tiger and I bought like macaroni and cheese. I'm that guy. And I got it on sale too. So that's me. That's me in a nutshell. I am the Giant Tiger man, and I love Giant Tiger. So I'm going to say just that's it. What else happened in the city? The Bombers actually almost made it to the Grey Cup. I know, it sounds crazy, but they almost did. They got into the playoffs, first time in a couple years. The Winnipeg Goldeyes won the pennant, I guess. I guess that's what they call it, the championship. They won. Not a lot of talk about the Goldeyes. It's unfortunate. Anytime I go to a Goldeyes game, great time. I absolutely recommend it to anybody. It's probably, I don't know, maybe $40-50. But you get, your tickets and your food, and it doesn't end up like breaking the bank. I took my son to his first football game at the new stadium. Actually, that was my first time at the stadium. And we sit in the student section. I got free tickets or whatever. And it was good for about 5 minutes, and then I guess they're playing the Rough Riders. The Bombers are playing the Rough Riders, and there were swears galore, and 8-year-olds shouldn't. I had to tell him, I was like, Declan, like, you can't, whenever you hear, you cannot repeat. If you repeat any of this stuff, you are in big trouble. So that's, I guess that's kind of big. There's probably more. There was a lady, I forget her name. She has, is her name Podgy? The pig? Podgy the pig? Anyways, I guess a girl needs a pig for service, as a service animal, and they were, the city was going to, of course, the city's always doing things. They were going to take the pig away, right? And this lady, she's going to stand up for herself. And she did. And she ended up winning. But she has to prove that the pig is a service animal for her. So I guess we'll find out next year if she's able to turn it into a service animal. All I got to say is God bless that girl. I hope that everything works out for her. I forget her name. I think that's a great thing. Anytime there's a group of people or even a person that's trying to go up against like the big corporation, also known as like the city or whatever, I root for them. There's a guy that wanted a pigeon racers in his neighborhood, and actually no, that was more the people in his area didn't want that happening, but whatever. So yeah, that's Winnipeg. What else we got? Okay, it's Canada. Let's talk about Canada. The biggest news story, in my opinion, that hit Canada was the Fort Mac fire. It happened over summertime, which was terrible, absolutely terrible. I remember like seeing the news stories about how much damage the city was going to face, and like even people had videotape of them leaving the city as it was on fire. Just scary stuff. Like, it's Mother Nature. Mother Nature just doing her thing, and it's unfortunate that fires happen. And I'm glad that I don't remember if anybody died from it. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. I could be wrong. I don't remember. Maybe there was one or two that died. I don't think anybody died, actually. Anyways, that was probably the biggest news story that hit Canada for sure. The biggest story that will hit Canada next year, I'll tell you about in a few minutes, if I don't forget. Worldwide, we had, it's probably, maybe there was 2 or 10, 15 stories. I probably could find like 15 stories that was like worldwide, like huge news. And then I'm gonna like God damn it, James, like I could have thought of 20 more. I would say the biggest news story obviously was Donald Trump winning President of the United States of America. Nobody saw that coming. And I saw his rise. Like, I watched his rise. And I was like, no way. Like, I started cheering for him at the beginning. The very, very, very beginning. But I'm like, there's no way you're going to beat Hillary Clinton, right? And somehow he pulled it off. I don't know. And I mean, I do know. It's basically, he got like the redneck, like people that don't give a shit about politics. He got them to vote. That's basically what happened. But the thing that blew my mind the most is he's saying all these like crazy things, and he got more people, more women voters that voted for him than for Hillary Clinton. And that, to me, blows my mind. That one doesn't make sense. That one still doesn't make sense to me. But what can you do? Donald Trump will be the president of the United States of America for at least 4 years. And if not, he'll probably win another 4 years. I don't know. Depends on what the Democrats do. But I would have loved to seen Bernie Sanders, who I think, in my opinion, Bernie Sanders is definitely the man of the year. I don't care what rock you live under or what city you live in. You have to know who Bernie Sanders is. That guy is crazy, but he's good. He's like a good crazy, but he's not even crazy. He's not crazy. He just fights for the middle guy, like the little guy, and it's just people don't take him seriously enough, and I don't get that. But he was everywhere, like headlines everywhere you looked. Donald, Bernie was always talking about something, so it was kind of cool to see Bernie kind of, I don't know, he fought a good fight. He didn't end up winning the seat there, or the whatever you call it. I don't give a shit about that stuff. Donald won, end of story. See, hopefully it doesn't wreck the whole world. Everybody's saying the dollar's going to go down to 65 cents next year, which, I don't know. I don't really go down to the States very often anymore, but, you know, it's one of those, it's going to suck. 65 cents? I remember 62 cents in 2002, and it was terrible. I didn't do anything. Yeah, you know. But that was probably the number one news story of the year. I can't think of anything else. Maybe Brexit. That had to be number 2, or close to number 2, but depends on where you lived. Could have been number 1, right? That was England leaving the United Nations. No, not United Nations. European Union, the EU. They left that. Everybody cried racism. I don't follow that shit. I don't know. All I care about is like movies and music and stuff, and like movies. Oh, that was a cool little effect in this little karaoke song. That's another thing too, is I can't play real music on here because YouTube always takes everything down. They probably taken like 4 videos of mine. I'm on their flag list. Goddamn YouTube. But it's the only way I can really get my stuff out to you guys. So yeah, I love YouTube, you know. But yeah, that's all I got for you. No, so Donald is a big one. The big news story that's going to come out next year in Canada will be the legalization of marijuana, which I support. I think as long as they do it right, no problem. You know, I've always said, like, this is, you know, what you do is you open up your own, like, marijuana lounge in the city here. It's $1 million idea right there. Nobody ever listens to me. Ha ha ha. I've got a great idea. How about the beef dip poutine? Huh? Beef dip poutine. Got laughed at. People laugh at me about that all the time. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like best of both worlds. You get a beef dip smothered in cheese and gravy. Like, how could you go wrong with that? People just hate my ideas. Just listen to this music for a little bit before I settle down. So I'm getting worked up here. No, I'm not. Yeah, I can't even do like Forgotten Artist of the Week because that gets taken down too. So I just literally just gonna talk about video games all day. You know what? Let's talk about the deaths. You know, unfortunately, people die, which is sad. You know, but sometimes people live like 90 years. Sometimes you leave like 20 years. It's all kind of cool. Not cool, but it's kind of like, okay, you know, when my time is up, my time is up. Anyways, the time, and that's not even, I shouldn't even be making joke of that. Is maybe I don't even, this is a terrible segment. I'm just going to talk about all the people that died this year. I'd say probably one of the biggest deaths of the year. And I got a list about 20 people here. I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to even pick one biggest death of the year. It's just kind of rude. But I'm going to go through the list. So we had Florence Henderson. She was in Brady Bunch. She was 82 years old. I never watched Brady Bunch, so I can't. Although I did see the movie, so I don't know if she was in the movie or not. That's a good question. Recently, within the last 2 months, we had Leonard Cohen. He died. He's a famous musician, Canadian. He came to Winnipeg 2 years ago, I think, or a year ago. I never went to go see him. I don't really know any of his songs. I know he sings Hallelujah, and that's been covered so many times. I'm obviously one of Canada's greatest singers, and he will be missed. Thirdly, we had Gene Wilder from Willie and the Chocolate Factory. Is that what it's called? His name was Willy Wonka. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He was 83, and I believe he had Alzheimer's, so he wasn't there at the end there. Muhammad Ali died, age of 74. It's too bad. He was one of the greatest boxers of all time. I never really watched. I don't think I ever watched like a full fight, like a boxing match of his. I know that he fought George Chuvalo. I could be wrong again. 40 years ago. And I remember when I was a kid, I saw Chuvalo at school. He came to talk about his life, and he's talking about like that's his claim to fame was he fought Muhammad Ali, and I thought that was kind of cool. Anyways, Muhammad Ali was, one of the most entertaining sports figures of all time. Whether or not you agreed with his, agreed with him or not, he was always entertaining. He always had a good soundbite, and he did what he had to do. He just, I don't know what else to say but that, Another one, Prince. Prince died. See, the thing is, Prince died the same day China died. And I remember China dying the same day, and it was like, holy shit, like, China just died, like, And then I remember a couple hours later, Prince died. And it's like, what the hell is going on here today? Prince was only 57. I was never really a big Prince fan. If you said, James, like, name 5 songs, I couldn't, unfortunately. Alan Rickman died. His claim to fame, I think, would probably be Die Hard. He was one of the... I never even watched Die Hard. That's a classic, I've heard. Alan Rickman, yeah, he was in that. He was in Love Actually. He was in Harry Potter. He was in Love Actually. That's a great movie. David Bowie, he died too. He was 69. I don't know the circumstances on his death, but David Bowie, classic musician, whatever. Doris Roberts, 90 years old. She had a good life. She was in Everybody Loves Raymond. She was the mom. And I thought she was one of the best characters on that show. And there's another movie she's in, Grandma's Boy. She plays like a 80-year-old hippie. It's freaking awesome. Oh, what a good song. Yeah, she was 90. She lived a good life. We also had Kimbo Slice. He was a MMA. He was like a backyard fighter. And he died, I think, 42 years old. He was in the UFC for a couple matches, and you knew who Kimbo Slice was. He was always somewhere doing something. Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey, he died, 88 years old. Gordie Howe was an inspiration to many people, especially many hockey players. Yeah, this guy, I think he played 5 decades. He played to, I could be wrong. I thought he played till 60, or he played 1 year when he was 6 years old or something. Anyways, He lived a good life, 88 years old. He's a good Saskatchewan boy, I believe. Miss Cleo died too. Miss Cleo. I don't know if you remember her. She was famous for her TV commercials. I don't know if she ended up being if she was actually a psychic or she's just like a fraud. I don't know. I could find that out for you. And then sadly, one of Canada's best actors, Alan Thicke, died. He died, I believe he was 69 as well. So it seems to be a theme at 69. He was playing hockey with his son, and he had a heart attack, which is just unfortunate. Yeah, that's too bad. Alan Thicke, Robin Thicke is his son. I don't think he was playing hockey with that one. He has a different son. Anyway, so that's too bad. Year 2016. It's too bad. Movies. I'll talk about movies a little bit before I get going here. One of the, hold on. Just talk about. I have to talk about, for starters, I have to talk about Spotify and how amazing Spotify is. Okay, so we're going to talk about the best movies of the year. I'm going to just go over maybe like 5 of them, maybe 10 of them. I'm on the RottenTomatoes.com, top movies of 2016. One of my favorite animated movies of the year, let's start there, was, so many good animated movies of the year. It would have to be, I'm just struggling here. Zootopia was a good movie. I don't think it was my favorite animated movie of the year. My favorite animated movie of the year was The Secret Life of Pets. I mean, that was just bloody amazing. I love that movie. But from what I see here, Zootopia is #1 movie of the year. I never saw it. I know I did see that. I'm lying. Hell or High Water, that's up there too. I never saw that. Jungle Book, I fell asleep in that like 3 or 4 times. I heard Kubo and the Two Strings is amazing. Manchester by the Sea, another one of those movies that like blows your mind. I never saw it. Very popular. Captain America Civil War, and I'm going to say this because my brother disagrees, it was a million times better than the Batman vs. Robin. Not Batman vs. Robin. Batman vs. Superman movie. I loved like Captain America, and even if it's all CGI, I don't give a shit. I want some good old-fashioned violence, even though it's not like it's tame violence, It's hard to say. I don't really have my favorite movie of the year. If I could pick one, let's talk about like most fucked up movie, would have to be definitely Sausage Party. What a crazy movie that was. I absolutely loved it, but it was crazy. I'm just kind of looking to see if I could find like my favorite movie of the year. I really liked, what's it called? There's a movie about mums. There's a couple mums. What's it called? Mums Party. Damn it, what's her name? It's got, what's it? Mums Night Out or something? Whatever. That movie was amazing. Anyway, so if I could pick one favorite movie of the year, it would probably be... You know what? I'm not ready to... No, I'm not ready to tell you guys what my favorite movie this year, because I don't know what it is. There's so many there's so many that I haven't seen, like Sully and Star Trek. Never saw those two. Barbershop, I wanted to see. I didn't see that. Kung Fu Panda 3, I didn't see that. Pete's Dragon, I never saw that. Sounded didn't look good. Star Wars Rogue One, never saw that. Oh man, I don't really watch a lot of movies, I guess. Doctor Strange, I didn't see that. Cloverfield Lane 10. Well, that's on Netflix, I could watch that. Nice Guys. Anyways, so a lot of movies came out. A lot of movies are coming out next year. I think next year will be the biggest year in history. You might not quote me on that one. You should not quote me on that one, but it could be. I know personally I know even though like Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean's coming on next year, and I can't wait. But see, does that just mean that I only care to see Johnny Depp for Pirates? I don't know. Anyways, I don't know what else to talk about. Talk about deaths. Talk about the biggest news stories of the year. I can predict that many things are going to change with this podcast. I will still do the podcast, but there's a good chance I'll be doing it for video-wise, and I'll actually have guests. I know I always say, I'm going to bring guests in. I kind of want to make this a production, and I haven't really made it a production. So that's something I have to work on. You're very patient with me, so I appreciate that. And I'm going to just leave it at that. Just kind of, end it off there. Thank you again for listening from the bottom of my heart. I will have more for you next year. And what else? I got really nothing else. That's it. Okay, have a good one. Have Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever. Kwanzaa. Whatever you celebrate. Make it a safe one. And always, and I mean always, keep your stick on the ice. Peace.